typically for an item that we're making $2,000 to $5,000 on, it takes us roughly 3 to 5 hours to complete that sale. And like I said, it's just when we're doing higher profit and a lower volume, it allows us more time to spend together, to travel with the kids and spend time with the kids and be present with the kids.
More and more people want the flexibility to earn money outside of a traditional office setting. If you're interested in part-time money, side hustles, or full-time work, the number of opportunities to work from anywhere is growing. On our Work From Anywhere segment today, we're going to interview Rob and Melissa Stephenson. Rob and Melissa are the co-founders of Flea Market Flipper. They help people make an extra income for their families by selling higher value used items on eBay. Today, we're going to discuss how they developed their profitable online business and the steps others can take to grow theirs as well. Welcome to the show, Rob and Melissa.
Annie, we're so happy to be here, so excited to be here and just discuss stuff with you today. We're super excited. Thank you so much.
Yes, thanks for having us.
Absolutely. Thank you for being here and being transparent and sharing your story. I think a lot of people can learn from that when we open up and share. So thank you so much for doing that. What was your motivation for getting started with your flipping business originally?
So I grew up in a big family. I have 6 older sisters. I'm the youngest and only boy. My parents, to provide for us, took us to yard sales as kids to be able to get secondhand stuff for us, but they also had a side hustle. And I got modeled that at a very young age. They would buy stuff from a yard sale, bring it back and sell it in the classified ads. And I always had that in the back of my head, how to make a little bit of extra money. So yeah, kind of ever since I was 16 years old, I did it on the side. I did it full time sometimes, but that's kind of my introduction into the flipping world.
I love that. And then Melissa, when did he bring you into this flipping world?
When I married into it in 2007 is when we were dating, I was like, wait, what do you do? I don't really understand. He did some houses too at the time, but then eBay, and I didn't know you could sell on eBay. Like I knew you could buy, I knew about eBay, but I didn't know it was like a legit thing to make money. So
yeah, when did you feel, and I guess Rob, since it's been a part of your life for longer, I guess Melissa, when did you feel like, wow, you can actually make a decent living doing this?
Well, it was always our extra like fun money for a long time. So we both had jobs, but then he would want to go on vacation because he loved vacation all the time. And it's like, okay, and it would be last minute. Let's go on this cruise or let's go do this. I'm like, fine, go make some money and we can go do it. It's not in the budget or whatever. And he would do it every time. So it's like when he wanted to make it, he could just make it happen. So
I love that. That is great. So now are you doing this full time?
We have 2 parts of our business. So
okay.
You could say we're making full-time income, but we are doing it very, very part-time, probably 5 to 10 hours a week that we work on the flipping portion of our business.
Got it. Yeah, that's a good clarification for me. When I say full-time, I guess I mean, are you making enough money to enjoy your life doing this? And it sounds like that's the case.
Yeah. So last year, our numbers, we did our taxes and we...
$92,000 was gross on eBay and it was 46 items. So that was kind of our average sale price was $2,007 an item. And that's where we gravitate towards the higher value items because it's less time sourcing, listing, and shipping, and it's less items. 46 items, pretty cool.
So you're not flipping books that I got. I love the authors that send me books, but you're not flipping books that from people, right? It's not books.
No.
No, yeah, we definitely do like commercial stuff, industrial stuff. The biggest thing that we do is kind of a lot of people, we can buy stuff locally that people only have that local market to sell it. And then we can actually throw it on a pallet and we ship it across the country on a pallet. And most people won't do that, but the profit and the high value stuff that we're able to pick up that way, very, very reasonable, is how we're able to do our business model.
And we do some in large boxes too.
Yeah.
It's not all pallets, but yeah.
Talk to me about just like, give me an example of a recent one that you've done where you said you made, $2,000 or whatever. Give me an example of one so people understand. Walk us through that process.
Yeah. You want to do the cooktop that you got in Boise? Or
sure. Yeah. We were actually at a mastermind in Boise. This was a couple months ago. And we picked up we had friends that we were staying with and they allowed me to pick up. I did some sourcing while we were up there. We found it on Facebook.
Because he does it everywhere we go.
Love it. I love it. It's in the blood. It's in the blood.
You got to find those treasures.
So I'm on Facebook Marketplace and I find a cooktop, and I had sold this cooktop probably a year or two, not the exact one, but a model just like it a year or two ago. And I knew it was a good cooktop to buy. I think the guy was asking $250 for it. Anyways, I offered him $150. He took the offer. I went and picked it up. And then since we were at a mastermind in Boise, it's not my house. It was at our friend's house, but they allowed me to actually put it on a pallet and leave it in the garage until I sold it. It sold a couple weeks later, but we paid $150 for it and we sold it for $2,250.
Wow. Okay. So You find something that has value, that you know has value, but somebody just wants to get rid of it because it's a pain in the butt. Is that right?
Absolutely.
Pretty much that's the business model.
So the cooktop, it wasn't a new cooktop. It was a cooktop probably from the 90s. So a good 30 years old, but it's a really, really good. They made
Good
stuff.
brand.
Yeah, back in the day, they make stuff a lot better than they do nowadays. But it was a good brand, and that's how I had sold one before, and I looked on eBay and knew that they were still selling. But yeah, that's what it is they're redoing their kitchen with a newer model, and that's how they're getting rid of this for next to nothing for us, and then to be able to bring it back to somebody else who had this model before, they love it and they want another one. But when you're dealing with the local market, this is how we can do what our business is. The local market is limited to whatever on Facebook Marketplace, in that local market might have 20, 40,000 people that are able to see that. You bring it to a bigger market like eBay, and you got 135 million registered users all around the country and the world that might be not looking for that specific thing, but it's a bigger pool of people looking for it.
Got it. Okay, logistically then, walk me through this. Do you have the savvy to repair these types of things that are in a condition that maybe would net you a little bit more value if it was repaired? So you have that savvy?
He used to sell things untested. So we would sell a lot of stuff untested and say that, the previous owner said it worked before but that's all I know. I'm selling it untested. So we would sell it for a little bit less. And now, like, over the years, you've learned how to test stuff and YouTube. So
yeah, we'll give you our biggest secret. Jump on YouTube and they'll tell you how to do pretty much anything when it comes to testing or fixing or anything like that. So that's our biggest tool that we'll jump on. If I don't know how to do it, I'm willing to try it. So yeah, that's the biggest thing is if you're willing, you can find the people who will show you how to do it.
I think that's fantastic. And I think a lot of people, and my wife is one of them, she has that brain where she just wants to figure out how to fix it. And until she fixes it really well, she won't stop. And it's a great thing. And she would admit that sometimes it's a bad thing because it won't let her let go. But she has this engineering mindset where she wants to figure it out. And so she'll dive into YouTube videos, or she'll find the part, she'll source the, and then obviously, I mean, I'm thinking about my wife. She'd probably love this. So talk to me about the revenue side of things. You guys mentioned overall, it was closer to 100 for the year, monthly. Like, what does this bring you guys to live on for your family?
Yeah. So it's hard. It does ebb and flow. So, like, to say an actual monthly, because we also try to take the summers off pretty much. And this is the cool thing about this business is you can, work more and make more, or you can, put your store on vacation and take some time off. So, we try to spend more time with our kids in the summer, and they're off school, obviously. So we take a big road trip. We have the last couple of years. And so, like, per month, it would average around $8,000 a month, but some months are less and some months are more. So
some months we'll do 30,000 and some months we might do 5,000. It all just depends on how much we're working in the business.
That's incredible. Yeah. I mean, but the amount of money that you can make from the time and effort, I mean, I'm not sure you've quantified this, but like, have you thought about like an hourly rate for your time for what you've done with this? I mean, is it like I'm spending, you said you do it part-time. Is that right? I mean, if so 80 hours to make 8,000, that's a pretty good hourly rate, right?
Yeah,
absolutely. So what we average kind of is about 5 to 10 hours per week in the business. And some weeks it's nothing, because you got to remember too, we only had 46 sales last year, 46 sales total. When we go for the higher profit items, it allows us to be out of the business a lot more. We can get some higher value stuff listed, and then the fulfillment on it. Typically for an item that we're making $2,000 to $5,000 on, it takes us roughly 3 to 5 hours to complete that sale. And like I said, it's just when we're doing higher profit and a lower volume, it allows us more time to spend together, to travel with the kids and spend time with the kids and be present with the kids. So that's why
we have the coaching side of our business too. Exactly. That takes up a lot of the time too.
And then when you talk about coaching, you're coaching people on how to do this.
Yes.
That's awesome. That's great. Very cool. So I have a question, and this is more from my, environmental side of things. Do you guys feel some sort of sense of fulfillment by bringing things back to life that might have gone to a landfill?
Absolutely.
For sure. I mean, yeah, there's the amount of things. So we do a walk almost every day to our downtown that's a mile away, and then we go run on our trail. And in that 1 mile to our downtown, the amount of things that we have found on the side of the road is just crazy, like thousands of dollars that have just been on the side of the road. And so now somebody else can use it and it's not going to landfill. So.
Yeah, we're not dumpster divers by any means, but if we see something good on the side of the road, I will go home and get my truck and come back and pick it up, because that's the other thing. You're keeping it out of the landfill. You're making a little bit of money, and it's just awesome to be able to do that kind of service and make some money while you're doing it.
Yeah, even just throw it on Facebook Marketplace. That's a quick like $50 to $100 in furniture and stuff. Like we do gravitate towards like the $1,000 items, but we can't pass up free trash. So we'll do the $50 to $100 items on Marketplace all day.
Yeah, I think that's fantastic. I mean, these are like everyday things I feel like people could do to just, I don't know, make our communities a little nicer, to give something another life. You know, I mean, these things that you are fixing up, packaging, and sending could live on for another 20 years in somebody's life. I mean, this is. I don't know. I guess color me impressed and happy with what you're talking about here. So let's talk about the typical person that might jump into this. You guys have a lot of experience doing it. Rob, you've been doing it since you were a teenager. What is the typical person going to make doing something like this, maybe in the first year or the first couple of years?
I mean, what would you say?
Well, the cool thing about our model is we're not really trying to teach people how to make $20 sales.
Right.
We're going after $1,000, $2,000, $5,000 sales. So typically we have students that come in and they make a good chunk in one single sale within the first month. They're able to do that, which is awesome. So it depends on how much time you're willing to put forward to learning the skills to be able to do this, because it's a learning curve. I've been doing it for a long time. But if you're willing to learn those skills, the sky's the limit. What we're doing, and we've averaged this for the last 3 years, I believe. And we intertwine it with our coaching aspect of our business, but our flipping business, actually, it stayed consistent with doing that. The sky's the limit when you're willing to learn the skills and be able to apply them.
Yeah, I mean, so right away, I mean, if somebody makes $2,000 sale, I mean, that's $2,000 a month right there. I mean, and then you grow it from there. Obviously, you grow your skills, you grow your ability to do these types of things. I mean, that's pretty impressive and helpful for people who are feeling that pinch of inflation right now, right?
For sure. I would say $500 to $1,000 a month is like a easy starting, because you do one thing that you do have to note. If you're a beginner just starting out on eBay, you can't just jump in and start selling $1,000 items. You need to build that relationship with eBay. So you do like starting out with the smaller items, and you make mistakes with the smaller items, which doesn't hurt, so that you get the feel of it, and then you can grow to those like $1,000 items. That's our goal, to get people to be able to do those bigger, like add those into the smaller items.
eBay does limit you when you start. If you don't have an eBay account, but a lot of people have an eBay account, even if you've bought on
older
eBay
account,
then you can still use that account and you're not limited. But if you just open up your eBay account, you're limited to $1,000 for your first month or 10 items that you can list. But you can get that lifted very quickly, like Melissa said, by getting some good sales under your belt, whether they're $20, $50 items, and you can get that lifted very quickly where you can start listing the higher value items.
Got it. Now, you guys, how many kids do you have?
3.
You have 3 kids. So you guys are doing this as busy parents and enjoying it along the way. Talk to the parents out there that are thinking, you know what, money's really tight, my time is really tight. How could I even fit this into my schedule? Talk to them about that.
Well, the kids are really the reason why we jumped in full time. So back when I was pregnant with number 3, I had decided to stop my personal training job because we had 3 kids that were going to be 3 and under. And I was like, this is just like, it's insane right now. Like, I can't even think. I can't sleep. Like, it's crazy. So I'm just going to stay home and be with the kids. And then his job the next month, because we were due in April, and in March said we're cutting benefits. So that was the only reason he really had that job. He made more flipping, but we had the job for benefits. And so we're like, okay, we're at a crossroads. We know that year we started keeping better records, and we made 42,000 gross, 33 net in part-time hours. So we're like, okay, well, now if we throw full-time hours at it, what could we do? And so we're like, all right, I guess we're going all in. And so then it was really cool for us both. We didn't have to put the kids in daycare. Like, that's really was important to us, and not that there's anything wrong with that. But for us, we wanted to be with the kids and be with them. And so we were both able to do that, and then work it at night or work it whatever hours we could make fit. And then the next year we did 130,000 on eBay and then 100 net, which was like, okay, we proved it. It worked. So it was a pretty cool, it was scary to do that, but it was the push we needed, or we probably would not have jumped into it. So,
and the cool thing is, like, our kids right now are ages 11, 9, and 8, and they enjoy this business. They want to get rid of their toys. They want to make money so they can go do more stuff. So we're helping them grow their business at the same time. And it's really cool just for it to be a family affair that we're able to really teach them a skill that nobody can take away from them. But at the same time, they're recycling their toys and stuff like that. So it's really, really cool to be able to do that.
Yeah, I feel like that's a skill that a lot of people could learn too. And if you're teaching your kids at a young age that these things have value, and this clutter that you maybe see in a closet here, those are dollars. And if you're not using that stuff, like, make some money on it. So your kids have gotten into this. Do they have their own eBay accounts, or is it all on yours? Or how does that work?
We actually created an eBay account for them. It's under my name because you have to be 18
Right.
I think, to have an account. But they list on there, so they get excited to make some money. And we actually just recently, they want to get Aquatica. It's a water park here, passes. And so we're like, okay, well, let's have a yard sale and let's pay for them going through all your
toys.
stuff. We need to go through your closets. It's all, you guys, it's a mess everywhere. So let's go through, have a yard sale, and get Aquatica passes for the summer. So it's kind of cool.
A funny story, our son, I think this was last year, we were trying to get him, Melissa told him to do his chores.
I told him to go clean his room.
And he's like, Mom, I don't want to do chores anymore. I can make more money flipping. So I'm going to flip. And it's like, oh my goodness, this is so awesome, but it's not.
You still have to do your chores.
I love that reaction. That's so cool. Yeah, it's when that light bulb switch flips and you're like, oh, I get it. And if they get it at a young age, can you imagine what's that going to mean for their lives over the next 20 years? This is great. Well, you guys have a free resource, a free workshop where you're helping people with this process. Can you talk to us about the workshop?
Sure. Yeah, it's a workshop. Rob put it together. It's to take you, if you want to take this passion, if you love treasure hunting, it's in your blood. You kind of know if you love hunting deals, like, it is in your blood.
Absolutely.
Would you say? So it's a free workshop to turn your passions into profits, and we'd love to help you get there.
Awesome. Yeah. If you guys are excited about treasure hunting and finding deals and then flipping it for money, and there's something about just like taking something and bringing it back to life too, that is good for the world, good for the country, good for the environment. Check out their workshop. I am an affiliate of them, so you can find it at marriagekidsandmoney.com/flea market flipper. That's marriagekidsandmoney.com/flea market flipper. Rob and Melissa, thank you so much for your time today and showing us the way. I appreciate it.
Annie, we had so much fun. Thank you for having us on here. Yeah, we so appreciate you.